Bruce Monteith the honour of taking the side off the ground as the victorious captain. 15 minutes gone, and Richmond 134 points to Collingwood 57.
Bartlett trying very cleverly to smother that kick and almost picked it up on the rebound, but it's out of bounds in the forward pocket for the Tigers, and a throw in about 25 metres from the behind post. It's going to be Cloak contesting with Stewart. Knocked down to Jess. Going through solidly is Wood. Gets the hand pass out. Smith is there. Well done, Terry Smith, but he almost did, or tried to do too much with the ball. Ireland's short kick, marked by Ronnie Wearmouth just on centre wing. Wearmouth playing on, looking for the long hand pass. Tony Shaw's there. Welsh tackling well. Kink going through. Welsh is still there with him. Kink had to get rid of the ball in a hurry. Kane over to Lee. Great job from the big ruckman today. Close to best on the ground. Rains is at right half forward now. Decides to go back and take his kick because Byrne was standing on the mark. He couldn't get away. Jeff Rains kicks the ball long as usual. Cloak the high flyer. Cloak has got 6 goals. Or has he got 5? He's got 5 goals and a chance to make it 6.
Big chance to make it 6, I think, Peter.
Even David Cloak couldn't miss it from there. He missed a couple of early ones, didn't he, Bob, from just on the 10-metre square. And that's the shot as David Cloak comes in for it. 10 metres out, almost into our camera lens. All clear, says the goal umpire, and Richmond go further ahead. 6 goals to David Cloak, and Kevin Bartlett has kicked 5. What a magnificent effort from those two Richmond forwards. 20-20 to Richmond, and Collingwood 6 goals, 21. Let's watch that mark again of David Cloak.
Cloak and Roach both there. Cloak really getting a higher leap than anybody else, and he's used his physical advantage over Ireland to advantage all day.
It's the 17-minute mark of the final quarter, 140-57. Richmond well in command of proceedings here, and they'll be presented with the Premiership Cup very, very shortly. Rawlings tries to knock it on, not successful. Kevin Morris for Collingwood picks up the rebound. Half forward for the Magpies it comes. Picken tries to mark, not successful there. Shaw out towards Wearmouth. In comes Picken again. Short kick looking for Olsen. Monteith was there and has given away a free kick. Russell Olsen, 35 metres out, has a chance to register a Collingwood score, although Olsen has missed a couple from a similar distance out. Hasn't scored a goal. I don't know about that kick either. We'll wait for the goal umpire. It might be there. It is. So Olsen bringing up his first goal, a belated one for the Magpies, to take their total to 7 goals, 21, 63 points. Richmond 20-20, 140 points.
Well, there's 77 points down at the moment, and we're at the 18-minute mark, and I just can't see Collingwood stopping Richmond.
Well, the video replay shows Tony Shaw getting that ball out with a quick hand pass. Picken then coming across. Ronnie Wearmouth giving him a good piece of shepherding. And Picken screwing the ball back until now we find both Monteith and Olsen, and a little bit technical.
18 minutes gone in the final term. Rains to Wiley. As the Tigers try and get it out of the centre. Back to Terry Smith. It comes from Rains. A long kick by Smith up towards Clark again. Couldn't take it. Roach is there. Gives it to Bartlett. Bartlett 10 metres out, running in for another one to Richmond. And that is Bartlett's 6th goal. Can Bartlett level the record of goals in a grand final? Can David Cloak do it? They've got plenty of time because it's only 18 minutes gone. And the scores now, after that further Richmond goal. Collingwood, 7 goals, 21. And Richmond now, 21 goals, 20. 146 points to 63 points.
And we're at the 19-minute mark as we watch this in replay. Bartlett going for his 6th goal. By golly, it'd be fitting, Bob, if he could get the record or even break it, because he's been a real champ, that guy.
That it would, Lou. A good unselfish play by Michael Roach there too, as Lowe comes on the ground on the interchange to replace the winger Carlton.
19 minutes gone in the term.
Centre bounce again. There's more going for the punch-out out towards Wood. Richmond all over the place as we see a short pass from Wiley going out to that half-forward flank. Rawlings having a bit of trouble picking it up. He goes down. Morris picks it up, gets out of the pack nicely. And the ball back towards Collingwood centre half-forward position. Coming across Olsen, one-handed, not good enough. And Rains trying to spin out of the pack. He's grabbed but gets a hand pass back there towards Monteith. Collingwood, the Richmond skipper on the ground. They're giving him the honour to take the side off the ground if they win the premiership, and that's for sure. Kane with a hand pass to Mulder. That's the first mistake he's made all day. And finally the ball back there to Tony Shaw. Strawn got one in the face from Shaw that time. A long kick down there towards Billy Pickett, and he takes the mark. A good mark to Pickett. Came down pretty heavily that time, but he's well within kicking distance, only about 15 metres out from goal, and Pickett's already kicked 2 goals. At the moment, Collingwood 7-21 to Richmond 21-20. I'm frightened to go back to Channel 7 tomorrow in case I bump into Jack Dyer.
He'll be waiting.
He wouldn't be happy at all, would he?
Well, Pickett's got a smile on his face. I don't know why.
Yes, I'll tell you what, they'll wipe it off his face when they all go in the dressing room after the match. The ball kicked up there by Billy Pickett. It's through for full points. So Collingwood go to 8 goals, 21-69 to Richmond. 21 goals, 21-146, and we're at the 20-minute mark of this last quarter. And that's 3 goals to Billy Pickett. There's the coach of the Collingwood side with all his co-selectors, and there we see Tony Jewell. He must be a very happy man, even though he doesn't show it very much.
Back into the centre now. 21 and a quarter minutes gone in the final term.
I wouldn't like to be the comedian at the Collingwood Premiership dinner tonight. I'll tell you what, you wouldn't get a laugh from anyone. The ball finally knocked out here by Moore. Pushed away down there towards centre half forward. Grabbed by Dacus. Comes out of the pack nice. But he's been a very quiet player of the day. Ball drops short, and there's a mark taken down there by Duck. This Richmond defence has been magnificent today. They've all played well, and it's not so much they've had any outstanding player down there. I suppose Malthouse has been their best player, but they've all worked well together. And there's a darn good mark to Wood. I'm sick of naming Richmond players because there's that many good ones around, Bob.
You name a Richmond player, Lou, and you name a good one, don't you?
That's right. Ball kicked back towards their half-forward flank. Shaw couldn't hold the mark. Ireland ran into Shaw. Finally got a hand pass out there to Morris. Morris back there to Byrne. Byrne with a long kick down there looking for Billy Pickett, trying to get the front posse, and he's got the mark.
Good mark.
Good mark to Pickett. Well, Bill had a bad trot until he was moved down there to the forward line, and he's kicked 3 goals. At least he's making his game look pretty respectable. That's more than a lot of Collingwood players can say in this grand final of 1980. If he kicks this, it'll be his 4th goal, and of course Collingwood's 9th. Richmond still 21 goals, 21-146. Not a very good kick by Billy Pickett, so Collingwood go to 8 goals, 22-70 to Richmond 21 goals, 21-146, and 22 minutes gone of this last quarter. Just a matter of the time running out now before the Tigers take the flag and take the cup and take everything that's going here for this 1980 grand final. Peter?
Francis Burke. Long kick towards the outer side of the ground. Oh, getting up very high to take a screamer was Rains. That'll be close to mark of the day too. Great grab by the Richmond centre man. Woolnough, centre wing. As I said before, has done very well since he replaced Ricky Barham. Injured in the first quarter. Umpire Robinson says play on. Woolnough does just that. Knocked away by Strawn. Olsen. Davis, couldn't take the mark. Touched through, one behind. 21-20, 146 to 8, 23-71. Nearly 24 minutes gone, so that means we're a minute away from the time on period. So probably about 5 or 6 minutes left for play at the moment. Burke this time comes towards the member stand side looking for Brian Wood, and he takes the mark in front of his opposite number 16 and Ian Lowe. Short pass by Wood, looking for Wiley. And there's another good player. Would be in line for the Norm Smith medal. He looks happy.
Must be a Collingwood supporter.
Rains streaming forward again. Kick smothered on that occasion though, but Lee's backing up, so it doesn't matter. Gives it back to Rains again. Knock on to Malthouse. Malthouse at half forward, gets around Moore. Gets ridden into the ground almost. Rains comes in again, maybe a little bit too late as Welsh is there. Peter Welsh can't pick it up though. And he and Magro decide not to go on with anything, and it will be balled up. They could bounce off each other, Welsh and Magro. Both bit like tanks. Knocked down by Lee, taken by Peter Moore, who's had one of the quietest days in memory for him. Low in front of Wood. And that's Kevin Morris. Vice captain to captain, Collingwood skipper Ray Shaw. He's on centre wing. Short passes downfield, and Picken takes the mark. He's been the only effective forward they've really had all day, and he wasn't playing there all day. Starting at centre half back, of course. Oh, ups a daisy. Francis Burke got offloaded there. It didn't matter. Streaming forward, though, is Davis. He has a shot at goal and has put it through for a goal to Collingwood. 2 goals to Craig Davis, adding a little bit of respectability to the Collingwood total, which now moves along to 8 goals. 8 goals, 23. As we watch it in replay, Davis roving that well and putting it through for a goal.
Well, Davis was surprising to us that he was taken off the ground in that third term, Peter. But whilst that was going on, Darryl Freem came on the ground on the interchange, Waitman coming on.
146 plays 77, and we are entering the time-on period. In fact, we're 26 minutes into the last quarter of the 1980 Grand Final.
Knocked out by Lee, grabbed by Moore, a long hand pass over there towards Shaw. Shaw's grabbed it, gets a hurried kick down there towards that centre-half forward, just over the centre-half forward position. But a good mark there to Smith. He's done a great job, this fella. Probably had the least number of kicks for the Richmond team, but he certainly stuck close to Kink, one of the Collingwood trumps, and kept him out of business all day. There's Freem coming on the ground. They're giving him all a run. Now out of it to Bartlett. Bartlett and Magro having a battle there, but it's Bartlett getting around Magro. Look at the little chant go. Coming around the boundary line, going for goal number 7. What's the result? It is. He's equal the record. Sidesteps him and comes back, and around the boundary he goes, and watch him fire for the goals. What a beautiful shot.
Standing ovation by the crowd here at the MCG2 for that effort by Kevin Bartlett, and we'll see it from another angle. This gives you an idea how difficult it was. Great shot.
Centre bounce again. Down she comes, back towards Shaw, ducking his head, getting into trouble, and the umpire's going to ball it up at centre field. Tony Jewell coming down, and rightly so, and he's the successful coach of the Richmond side, and he'll be a very proud man of his boys, because they've been the best side throughout the year, and they've stuck to their guns in this grand final. It's Lowe taking the ball back there towards Billy Stewart. It is, goes for the mark, one-handed, couldn't hold it. Malthouse coming after the ball now, but it's out of bounds. Richmond 22 goals, 20, 152. The Collingwood 9, 23, 77, and we're at the 27 mark. Once again, it's Tony Jewell.
29 and a half minutes gone in the term. Can Bartlett get that elusive goal? Knocked down to Free. He tackles solidly. Free kick going to Peter Moore, who has had a very quiet day. But then again, he's got 17 mates out on the field that we could say likewise about. Marker Emmett Dunn. Emmett Dunn's at centre-half back. In fact, he's almost back near the full-back position. Goes towards the outer side of the ground. Welsh and Wilno. Great mark, Peter Welsh, who certainly lifted his game in the final series. A reserve in the Commodore a few weeks ago, and playing a very good game here today in the grand final. Freem, centre wing, going forward for Richmond again. Can Bartlett still get that goal? That's the interest here in the grand final. Cloak in front. Has it knocked away from him by Ireland. Tony Shaw comes in and lend assistance. Burns there. Cloak on the bottom of the pack, and umpire Della, I think, will come in and ball it up.
30 minutes gone of this last quarter, about 40 metres out from the Richmond goal. Bartlett's equal the most number of goals in a grand final, kicking 7 today. Nog has to go for number 8. There he fires. By golly, he was close to breaking the record as he kicked the point there. And the crowd were on their feet, because that's the only interest in this game at the moment.
They're booing. Good-natured hooting by the crowd.
That's right.
But it's good-natured hooting there. It's, I think you could say that's just what the crowd think of him. That's an acclamation of how good he has played.
30 and a half minutes gone of the last quarter, and the grand final's in the bag for the Tigers. Out it goes now towards Lee and Moore. Moore knocks it away. Francis Burke is coming down to the forward line. He's going to be in the action too, I should imagine. And there'll be a ball up at centre half forward. Kevin Bartlett's away from Magro down there. I wonder whether they can get it out before time runs out. Could go for about 32 minutes this quarter. Moore missed that. He's had a bad day today as Olsen has grabbed, didn't have the ball, and Olsen will take the free kick. Olsen at centre field, ready to drive Collingwood back into attack. Out it goes to Billy Picken. Picken's out there on that half forward on about 65 metres out from goal. Goes for a short pass and finds the Collingwood skipper in position. A little bit hesitant at that time, decides to go back for the kick, but he's a long way out. Would be about 50-odd metres out from goal. 31 and a half minutes gone. Kicked by Shaw up there to the full forward zone. There's Davis going for a snap at goals. He might have put this through as a through for 1 point. It's out of bounds, or out of bounds it is. So it's 23 goals, 21 of 159 Richmond to Collingwood 9-23-77. As we wait now for Richmond to bring the ball back into play. Michael Malthouse to take the penalty kick. Guarantee the Collingwood players will be pleased when this game's over. Lee and Moore again. Shaw trying to break through the pack. He goes down. Umpire still calls play on, and he's going to ball it up out there on Collingwood's half-forward line. This time it's only about 45 metres out from their goal. 32 minutes gone, and this grand final just about over, and the Tigers are premiers for 1980. As we see Tony Shaw hook the ball back there towards the forward pocket. Coming across as Smith dropped the mark, but interference against Ray Shaw, and it'll be Smith to take the free kick down there in the back pocket. Well, the Tiger fans are starting to chant now. I think they could have started chanting at half-time because Collingwood haven't been in the race. Well, they haven't been in the race since the first quarter as the ball's finally forced out of bounds on Collingwood's half-forward line. 33 minutes gone, and the Tigers 159 points to Collingwood 77. And the Tigers are premiers, no doubt, for 1980.
Siren just about due to go. Peter Moore with a big punch-out, picked up by Dacos now on the half-forward flank. Freem chasing, but he'll have a shot for goal. In towards the square it goes. I don't think that was touched. In fact, it has gone through for 1 point. So, 33 and three-quarter minutes. 33 and three-quarter minutes gone in the final quarter. Malthouse now from full-back. Upfield, taken by Mervyn Kane. Long kick by Kane. There's the siren. Richmond have won their first premiership since 1974. Kevin Bartlett equalling the record of number of goals kicked in a grand final. And Tony Jewell, the Richmond coach, being congratulated by his team. Are the Richmond players happy? We'll check the final scores in the 1980 grand final. Richmond 23 goals, 21, 159 points. Defeated Collingwood by the biggest ever margin in a grand final, 9-24-78.
The winner of the Norm Smith Medal for 1980 is Kevin Bartlett.
Fitting tribute, Luke.
Well, it couldn't have gone to a nicer guy and a better champion. Probably one of the greatest players we've seen play football for many, many years. And this year he's had a tremendous year, winning a premiership, breaking the record for the most number of games. Then he equalled the record for the most number of goals kicked in a grand final. Now he's won the Best Player award for the grand final. What a great achievement for a guy that's played so long.